Yeah, and you're just seeing it right now. Both of these competitors super fast. Yoschimidtsu uses basically all of his blocks and has enough time to raise his stack back. So both of these guys are going to have a lot of garbage to deal with right now. Yoschimidtsu opted to send a little bit smaller things, maybe to harass Plasma a little bit, but he's not going to have any trouble topping off Plasma here afterward. He's got a big garbage block to deal with, though, so Plasma's going to be topped off for the time being, and then it just depends if Yoschimidtsu cuts off his chains or not here. But if he continues with this, like, Plasma's not topped off right now. But if Yoschimidtsu continues to keep chaining and chaining... Oh, he did drop it. I didn't even notice there. So yeah, Plasma's going to have a little bit more to deal with. But that's a little bit of the struggle. Like, it is a good idea to send a big chain at the beginning as long as you can survive, because it just takes so much time to clear layer by layer. So Yoschimidtsu's still trying to find all the blocks to top off Plasma here. And Plasma's sending another big chain there. But yeah, now it looks like we're going to be to the point where both these competitors are topped off for the rest of the time. Yoschimidtsu with some pretty good follow-ups, and Plasma sending some big chains too. So now let's see who cracks first. Yoshi doing a 6 combo there. He's a little bit low on blocks. He's got that second tier to bail him out, but he doesn't even need it because he's making these clears so fast right now. You can tell both of these guys are really, really comfortable in level 8 and probably comfortable in level 10 as well. Most of the players at the skill level can do both fairly consistently. The big difference is not really even the speed, because if you only change the speed from level 8 to level 10, I think matches would still last a lot longer. The key factor in those matches is that extra block. And that extra block can mean so much in level 10, and I think that's what kills most of the players. Like, the timing itself is really, really hard to adjust. Like, you get 1 frame. If you don't see your clear, you're dead. But with that extra block, you see less clears already to begin with, and that's how some people can die. Like, when they're clearing garbage layers like this, and they have the 2 colors set up to continue clearing the garbage, sometimes you'll get that less frequently in level 10, because maybe you have the 2 light blues popped up, and instead of a light blue that would have appeared on level 8, it's going to turn into a dark blue. And you're like, well, unless I don't have a backup plan, I'm pretty much screwed here. So yeah, these guys going the long haul right now. We're at frame 12,000, which I think is equivalent to 2 minutes, if I do math right. No, I don't know. I used to be good at math, and then as soon as I got out of school, I threw all that knowledge out. But yeah, the pressure's just been keeping going at this rate. You gotta make sure your opponent's still topped off at this amount of time. But this is when you want to throw in a little bit of mix-ups, because it's not like completely secured for you at this level. You throw in those quick combos, you throw in some 2 or 3 chains, or I should say 3 chains. 2 chains can be cleared pretty easily. But you want to give your opponent the least amount of reaction time as possible. You'll see a lot of long matches for these next couple ones popping up for sure. And I definitely agree in hindsight here. This could be a level 10 match. We didn't really have a system. Oh, there goes my keyboard. We didn't really have a system in place before this tournament began, but I think we're going to have some pretty good rules going forward. Oh, Yoshi. Oh, he manages to get that green down at the bottom there. And you can just tell Yoshi's knowledge, like when he knows that he doesn't have an immediate clear to keep the garbage going, he looks just for a singular clear first to buy him that little bit of time, and after he does that, he scans what to do next. You know, just getting those clears over and over will help you survive. I have the weirdest setup at my house. I don't play on a computer desk. I have just like a little fold-out table, so the keyboard sits on my lap. So if I'm not paying attention from time to time, it just slides out. Endurance matches, no. Every Tetris Attack Puzzle League player is familiar to this. There's definitely plenty of games I've seen in the past go several minutes. I would recommend, after this broadcast is over, if you want to check out some of those. The one I always point to is SGDQ 2016 Cards of the Heart versus FFR Pro. Level 10 on Tetris Attack. There's a reason we're never doing that game in person again for a tournament, is because they maxed out the timer twice. So I think it was a grand finals that was 2 sets long, and the first video was something like 33 minutes, I think, or 27 minutes, I don't know. But man, they just had some long games. And then there's like a game that went like 9 seconds as well, man. Level 10's so funny. Alright, Plasma doesn't have the immediate clear coming up here. He does get that. He's got a lot of blocks to work with, and he's actually going to clear all the garbage before the next part falls. This doesn't surprise me though, because it's like the first game these guys are playing too. They're gonna use up most of their stamina playing this game as well. You'll probably see some longer games after this, but this first one is the statement game. Whoever wins this, you know, you set the pace. You won out that endurance battle right now. Okay, I think I did the calculation pretty wrong. If it's 60 frames per second, 60 times 60 is 3,600. So 3,600 frames is a minute. So 36,000 frames would be 10 minutes. So these guys are on the cusp of going for a 10-minute long round right now, which is pretty nuts. Would be a maxed out timer in Tetris Attack. Plasma with a little bit of a scare there. I think he had the stop time to spare though, so he wasn't in too much danger. But yeah, both are just know when to have their clears and not to die here. Plasma's gonna get this long combo and get the clear at the same time. Man, he's got this chain still going at a 12, a 13. Well, when Yoschimidtsu sees that, he's gonna have a lot of stalling time again there. Plasma is just super consistent with those long chains. He's gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. This is kind of scary. Does get that 6 combos of backup. But here's where Yoschimidtsu can thrive a lot in level 10, is just those small chain and combo harassments. Alright. Oh, Yoschimidtsu used up all his block. And he's gonna swap to delay a little bit. It did help for a couple seconds, but in the end, Plasma's going to take round 1 of that long endurance. Man, that could have just been a match all in itself there. That was actually pretty nuts. So I guess if Plasma wants to take the set, if he just keeps doing that, he's gonna win. But man, that would be a super endurance set. So let's hop to game 2 here. The killer of a lot of people. Just go a little bit too hard and use all of your blocks, or you kind of just get unlucky and there's like so many color conflictions and it just happens without you knowing. The incidental clears, as I call them. That's what kills speedruns so much, man. You're just trying to start off with that 4 combo and a super hard speedrun on Pokemon Puzzle League. and end up getting a 7 instead. Sometimes it's like almost an immediate reset. Alright, Plasma using up a lot of his blocks now. He's going to be in a little bit of a situation. Oh, reacts very well there with the greens and manages to continue it as a chain into the next garbage clear. But yeah, Yoshimidtsu looks like he's controlling the initial pace here. But Plasma's going to have a lot of blocks to work with again, so we might see another endurance battle here. Actually, I will say to talk in the chat about the controller things. Oh, before we get to that, it looks like Plasma's now going to run out of moves and die here. So Yoshimidtsu brings that, ties it back up 1-1 pretty quickly there. So a lot different pace match than the last one. That may be how these competitors are only going to lose on this level, is if they run out of options. But we'll see as Game 3 is approaching right now. But Yoshimidtsu does play on keyboard for panel attack, but I'm pretty sure has the same cursor speed, if not faster, believe it or not, on controller, because that's what he grew up playing with. But yeah, Yoshimidtsu definitely the master of like any kind of accessory. I'm not sure about Plasma. Plasma might be a keyboard user as well. I don't know. There are quite a few controller users that do have sick cursor speed, like Blinzer mentioned in chat, and FFR Pro as well. And I think there's some like Japanese spa service or stage clear runners as well. And some people in the community that have just been getting better and better. Like, I know Monty has picked up his speed tremendously when he started. He used to grind out spa service quite a bit. And then Cards has picked up his speed as well. Alright, Plasma is in a little bit of a rut here. He drops the blue. He's going to find the chain to survive, though. That was a little bit scary there for a second. I think I would like to learn this on keyboard. It would just like take me forever to do so. Yoshimidtsu gets the time he wants to find that clear there. I don't think he would have had the same luck on level 10 there. He did have a little bit of stop time build up though, so he might have had enough time for it. Both of them have huge garbage blocks to deal with right now, so this is going to be a little bit of the stalling out round. Both of them cutting their chains pretty early too to send some pretty layered garbage up ahead. As you can see at the top of Yoshimidtsu's screen, all these are separated, so they might drop pretty quickly. But Plasma had a little bit of a larger chain block at the top, so it did rattle a little bit when it dropped down. Oh, and as Peter mentioned in the chat here, this was when this tournament did happen. It's fixed now in the current patch of panel attack. There was a little bit of a chain glitch that did go on to where when you tried to drop it while clearing garbage, sometimes it wouldn't immediately drop it and continue if you kept clearing. But I'm pretty sure that is fixed in the latest version now. Just for this tournament, that glitch was still there. And I think it definitely happened in a couple more matches later in this bracket. Yoshi a little bit low on blocks right now. Plasma with separated stacks gets the second tier to delay that a little bit for him. And now Plasma has a lot of blocks to work with. I wonder how he's going to deal with this. Gets the chain and manages to continue this round. We might have endurance match part 2 here. They're coming up on 4 minutes now, I believe. there's Plasma using a lot of the extra blocks he had there. It's going to give a nice little 9-chain for Yoschimidtsu to deal with after he clears through a lot of this other garbage. I think Plasma's going to have a lot of combo garbage to deal with right now. Finds a pretty quick clear as it drops, though. Oh, Yoschimidtsu using a lot of his resources was smart and saw how the purples were lined up, though. Wonder if he's going to try to switch that red really quickly. Now he's just going to go for the chain here. And continues it, and has that 5-chain to clear the top, so no worry there being kind of low on blocks for a second. He knew exactly what he was doing. Plasma might be in a little bit of trouble here. He does find the purple. He's not going to have too much time to react. Oh, he moved the first yellow over, but just, I guess he had like a different idea of something else and didn't see that he could have moved the yellow one over. So Yoschimidtsu taking the second endurance match of that set right now, and he's going to be up 2-1, 2 games away from taking this set and getting the first seed in his pool. And defending his reputation, might I add. Both of them going to be starting off right now. Yoschimidtsu with the 6-chain and a lot of combos thrown in there. And Plasma drops his chain a little bit early, not really any combo garbage to follow up. And he had a really high stack on the right side, so he's going to have to drop that or else he would have died. And now he's going to have a lot of combo garbage followed up here if he's not paying attention too much, as long as he's topped off. It could be potential danger for him. Alright, Yoschimidtsu with a low stack, but he's got really generous big garbage blocks on his screen, so as long as he finds these clears, which he will, he's gonna be in the clear for a little while. Plasma's got to lower his stacks right now, and he doesn't have any immediate clears. Does a really good job lowering everything, and will survive for a little bit longer. Was he not topped off, or maybe the garbage just didn't drop yet? Yeah, he is not topped off yet, so Yoschimidtsu's got to put in a little bit more work. That's a little bit of the cons of all that garbage blocks, or the combo garbage blocks that you send. But with the appropriate follow-up there, he does take the round up 3-1 match point to get the #1 seed. Plasma definitely showed with that first game that he does have the endurance to keep up. He's just got to channel into that a little bit more. But man, especially after doing a match like that already, it's pretty tough. But yeah, he's going to start off with this 10-chain here. So Yoshi's going to have a lot to deal with. And all the combos that he piled up right afterward are going to be cleared immediately. And Plasma is going to be the aggressor as long as he can survive here. Because Yoshi's got all those panels that he's got to wait for to clear. He's still going to try to send the pressure when he can, but I think Plasma is still not going to be topped off for a while. Yoshi's either going to have to commit to a long chain here, or probably wait until this garbage is cleared up to get any real pressure on Plasma. Yeah, because Plasma's still not topped off here. This is always an interesting scenario. Plasma's got some pretty good follow-ups there. As you can see, the lines are pretty separated there for Yoschimidtsu. But he got fortunate with the RNG of the garbage clear with those 3 greens. And he had a pretty long chain going. This can be a little bit scary, though. He uses up a lot of his resources, but finds those purples without hesitation. And he's going to continue clearing. Again, with the separation. With the time Plasma had, he utilized it pretty well with like all those smaller chains. But unfortunately, Yoshi playing pretty smart there was able to clear it up in no time. And now Plasma's just waiting for this big chain for Yoshi to send there. And now both of them are pretty well pressured probably for the rest of the match. So now it's all about mix-ups and outlasting your opponent here. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and just enjoy the chains and combos that these guys are doing and how quick they can get to them. That was a little bit shaky on Yoshimitsu's screen there, doing a little bit of miss swaps, but he's got that level 8 privilege right now, so it doesn't punish him in the long run. Shoutouts to Blinzer, stealing that term from him. Speaking of which, you'll see him in a little bit. Super excited to see all the content. We're gonna have 3 days of separate panel attack action, each day lasting, I think, around 3 hours. I'm not sure exactly for the bi-weekly that happened just this past Saturday, but I'll have to sort through the footage there still. But we've had a lot of great matches these past 2 weeks, and we're not even to the thick of it yet. I love just, oh, Plasma just not knowing what he wanted to do there, interrupting my thought. And yeah, I think maybe just that first game took it out of him because Yoshi took 4 straight after that. So congrats to Yoshi winning that freaking huge endurance battle. Man, that was a really good set to watch. I'm sure these guys are going to do really good in the pro bracket. But yeah, what a match. That's all I can say to that.